Good evening and welcome to another very exciting episode of Duvet right here on GHOne television. My name is Natalia, and tonight, just like we do every Saturday night, we're talking about a very, very interesting topic. Tonight we're breaking down aphrodisiacs. Now this conversation is as old as desire itself, and we're going to do the breakdown of all of the things that come to mind or come to play when we talk aphrodisiacs. We're talking the food, we're talking the herbs, we're talking the medications, the pills that people pop, everything, all of that and more. Thank you so much for choosing Duvet tonight. Now joining me for the conversation tonight is Shikah to my immediate left. Ami, how are you?
I'm great. Always feeling sexy.
I can tell. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Awesome.
And then I have Kwabena Asamoah. He's the CEO of Kustom Looks.
Happy to be here.
Yes, always good to have you.
Thank you.
Still waiting for our fits, but we're patient. We're very, very patient. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And then Yvonne Martey, project management executive, Prime Reach, and she's also an event hostess, a great one of that. In fact, I had a review for you from someone who said, "Oh, I know, this lady, she comes on your show. We went to this place and she was hosting and the place was lit. And everyone was like on fire." And I said, "Listen, I've experienced her on Duvet, but I think I need to experience her doing that because I can tell that you bring the fire wherever you go."
I try.
It's good to have you.
It's have you too. Good to
All
see
right.
you.
So tonight we're talking aphrodisiacs. Now, I think the obvious question will be that, let me start with you, Yvonne. Have you used an aphrodisiac?
I would say yes, and I'll say no.
Okay.
Why I'll say yes is we have so many things we eat on a daily basis or we see on a daily basis that are known to be aphrodisiacs. For instance, I drink alcohol. Exactly, when I go out and I'm drinking, it's a way of life. Sometimes you drink something and you feel like, ooh, I need to be with somebody I love, somebody I know, and you start calling up, "Can I come to you after from the club? Should I come over?" You see those things. And sometimes what we eat, for me, I recently found out, but it's been something I think I hear from my grandma back then, used to say, "Oh, coconut water and some tiger nuts and everything, mix it together, and when you drink, like, it gives you the power to, to do stuff." I normally have this conversation. Anytime we talk about sex, I talk about grandma because she was the only person who was comfortable talking about it. So I think on a daily basis, yes. Of course, I took a pill once from a friend who was like, "Oh, I think you should try this. I think it's good." I tried it, nothing happened. So I felt like
You were waiting.
I was waiting.
You
see,
it's a
like,
thing
I
where-
wanted to see,
Yes.
I wanted to see what will go or what will happen to me. But I was like,
When is it going to kick in?
what happens?
It's not
Do
kicking
you
in.
shiver or does that, your legs shake or do I feel something tingling around my panty? I just want to know because it didn't work with me. So I guess probably I'm good with the foods and the drinks, but not with the pills.
But maybe
so
not
yes,
with
I've
the
tried.
pills,
That's why I
not
said
with
yes
the
or
pills.
no. Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that people take aphrodisiacs unconsciously, like
Yes.
without the intent.
Yes, without
but
them
then
knowing, yeah.
I'm just taking a meal, I'm just having a drink, but then it just takes you to another
Exactly.
place. But you've also taken it intentionally before.
Of
like,
course, I have.
even though it didn't work.
It didn't work.
It didn't
yes,
work.
even with the drinks like this, sometimes I used to tell my friend that this particular drink, I used to have this group of guys I sit with after my event, and we sit somewhere, we're drinking, and I tell them, "Oh, this particular drink, I don't know why, it's a common drink, but anytime I take it, I want to do something." And they're like, "Okay, so now we see what you want. We'll be giving you more of these around us all the time."
Yeah, I think everybody
Yes.
has that.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yes.
has that one drink.
Yeah.
That will. So it's the kind of drink that you don't drink just anywhere.
No, and it's if I even tell you what drink it is, you'll be surprised. Like, this is the kind of drink.
It's okay. You can tell me. I want to know.
Smell of black.
Really?
Imagine.
Alcohol.
Imagine.
No, but
Yeah,
but
but
I think it doesn't happen with other alcoholic.
no, at all.
Just
Stronger
that.
than that.
Just that.
Just that.
Smirnoff.
Yes.
Okay. That's
So when I
very,
drink
very
Smell of Black,
interesting.
it just takes me. It's not like I get drunk,
Yeah.
but I have the edge
It
of wanting to
does.
do something. So I normally don't go
I
there.
would take 2 or
Yeah.
So I normally don't go
gonna
there at
take
all.
Smirnoff
Yes.
Black.
Okay. That's very interesting. I think everybody has that one drink.
Exactly.
I mean, have you taken aphrodisiacs
Yes.
deliberately?
Deliberately, yes.
Okay.
I like because
taking these things, sometimes it's you can do that to spice things up with your partner. Like, okay, let's try out something different today and see what it will be like. So there's this pink kitty cat pill that people made so much noise about online. Like, some women would share their experiences. So there was a time I tried it, but I did not get the effect. And I'm not going to blame it on the pill because something happened. My period came. I think maybe it messed with it. Because while we were doing the foreplay, we saw that, and then I started getting cramps. So I don't know if it's that the pill did not work, but a lot of people have told me it does not work. And the thing with women is that sometimes it might work on one person and it might not work on the other person, because like a lot of factors come to play, like how into how relaxed you are when you're with a person, other stuff too. Absolutely. I've also taken maca powder and sea moss. That's not like a quick thing, but the pill, they tell you to take it some minutes before you get intimate. With the maca powder and sea moss, it's like a neurological something that you take daily, like a supplement. So like you add a teaspoon of the maca powder and the sea moss to liquid food. So it can be porridge, smoothies, yogurt, what you like taking. You add a teaspoon of each daily. Me, within a week, I was getting hornier. Because I was trying it out with my ex. We both wanted to try it and see how different our libidos were going to be. And it worked on his end. It worked on my end. So usually when people tell me they have a low libido, like you tell them it's not a quick fix thing. Try this because it's working inside you. So in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months, you'd notice something different. So those are the two I've tried. I like sweet red wine. Because red wine goes straight to the clit. People say that a lot. Sweet red wine goes straight to the clit.
I haven't had that.
Well, a lot of ladies like to take sweet red wine because when you take it, it makes you feel so very, very sexy. You want to flirt. You want to talk to somebody you like. Yeah, so sweet red wine. Chocolate, I mean, I don't take it deliberately to get horny, but I'd say that is a pill and the maca powder and the sea moss and then the sweet red wine. I like to take that on dates. Like a romantic night is nice to take it.
Right. Okay. I'm putting down the pointers. Quabs, have you deliberately taken an aphrodisiac?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
We try to spice up the moment whenever you can.
Okay.
Just to see the reaction. When you go to the pharmacy, there's a whole plethora of different enhancers there. So I think most men, if you're in a relationship, it gets to a point where curiosity, wants to kill the cat. So you want to try different things. So, I mean, that's plenty from pills to there's creams and there's sprays. I think for most men, it's not probably a libido issue. I think for most men, it's probably a rise issue, right?
Right.
So I think women go about it different. I think you're looking more for harmonial. And I think men are looking for more for a muscular reaction.
Right. A stronger. Okay, so Yvonne, tell me something. Have you had a period in your life where you felt like your ability to feel horny was like reduced?
Yes. It happens to women a lot. It's something we hate to admit. I don't know why. But it gets to a point in a woman's life sometimes you could see things have really changed. And it's true, it's times and age and hormones, just like Ami said. Sometimes your hormones are not really, because when you're growing, you have all kinds of things going on with your body and everything. So it gets to a point you don't feel like you're really...
I think that, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like for women, it's actually when you're aging, you're hornier when you're growing.
No, it's true. Yeah. It's true, you're not wrong. But yet, it gets to a point in a woman's life, sometimes you were not up to. When I was in my 20s, it was good. I can go out and have fun and can have sex and come back and go back again. I can go to my man so many times and we can even have it so many times. Now, I'll go and lie down, maybe sleep, and I'm tired. And I don't even have a feeling. It's not even only when I'm tired going out, because I work during the night, come back home, and I can do anything. But sometimes, even if I'm home the whole day, I just don't have the edge to, because I just want to spend time with you without you touching me and everything. That's where you realize, there's something.
But is that a problem, though?
And it's not.
It's not
you
a
see,
problem.
but for your partner, it feels like, hey, you were not like this, so now you've changed. But the thing is, you see, for us to keep going, I'll still say, my grandma used to say, "Ben Martey, oh here, don't worry, be a now no more." Like you don't have to be too uptight with your man, you see, and understand. You have to understand that this is somebody who needs you. They also have to understand that you're tired. Of course, they will. It depends on what kind of man you're with. But it gets to a point you feel like, no, I shouldn't let this man go like that. Let me do something. Do something. That's where you realize, what do I need to do? Do I need to get something? Do I need the CMOS? I started CMOS no longer ago. A girl on Instagram introduced it to me. Hormonal, the ashwagandha thing. It was my godfather who really bought it for me. He's like, hey, Charlie, you're a woman now. You should be drinking these things. You should be taking these things. And it helps. And which is true. So anytime he travels, he gets me a whole lot of these things, like, oh, you should be taking these vitamins, these supplements, because you're growing. You need to, the men, when they're growing, their edge is like, so you're growing. You need to meet somebody who you meet up at the same level with. So I think, yes, when you start doubting, find, read, learn, ask the sex coaches and certified experts and whatever people to help you understand. Yes. So for me, the lady who introduced the CMOS is somebody who already has all these things and told me about it. I got it and it was good. I mix it in my porridges, or maybe sometimes put in a liquid thing. I just drink it. It's good. Yes.
Right. Okay. So at what point, at what point should anyone feel like maybe they will need to introduce aphrodisiacs? Because I feel like, you won't be horny every day.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So if you're getting some in every now and again, you're okay, right?
Okay. All right. So with the aphrodisiacs, people take it for different reasons. So the thing with the low libido is that a lot of things can affect your libido. It can be stress. It can be medication you're taking. It can be an illness. It can be your mental health. It can be like a relationship conflicts. That's how what you said, that when you're stressed and he's trying to get some, but you're not really in the mood, you're looking for something. Because some girls will say, oh, I want something to make me wet because I have a match. She knows that mentally, or she's not really in the mood for it, but she wants to make space for, be there for her partner. So she finds something to make her horny or make her wetter, so the sex can be nicer for both of them. So that's an instance.
Right.
Or an instance where, for men, usually it's more about blood flow. Because it's blood going inside the penis for it to be able to get hard and stay hard. So if he's at a point where he's seeing that he's having erectile issues, because with men, when they age, as you go older, a lot of men end up having erectile difficulties. It's very, very natural. Like older men, a lot of older men, when you get to that point, you just see how to manage it or what you can take to help your situation. So in a situation like that, where it's like you're older, you can't stay hard, or you get hard and you're quickly soft. It makes sense too. But it's just that these things, like with the medication, the Viagra, the blue pill, other variations of Viagra, they have side effects. Some of them can give you, if you take it a lot, ear problems. Yeah, a lot of these medications, your liver, like taking it a lot. So, when you notice that, hey, I need something to supplement, like things for me, or to make it easy for me to get hard, like go and see a urologist. It's easier when you see a urologist, and then just because in the end, once you start taking it, you need it to get hard. So every single time you want to get horny or you want to get with somebody, you feel like you need to take it. Now you're dependent on it, and then it comes with its issues. So it depends. For some people, sometimes it's okay to spice things up, do something different. Or you've heard that there's a pill that people take that, turns them on, makes it wetter, make you more sensitive. Because for women, sometimes it makes your vulva more sensitive. So you respond better to touch, or you're wetter. So let me try, let's see. Or maybe we're going on a weekend getaway. We want the sex we're going to have to be a little different. We don't want it to be the usual. So you try out something that a friend of yours has tried with her husband. And the sex was so great. You try it out. But just that these things, you have to do your research, because you don't want to take anything and everything just because somebody has taken it and it worked for them. Because a lot of things, unless the natural foods a lot of these things have like very, very harmful side effects. And with the herbs even, a lot of them, you can't really regulate the right amount you're supposed to take. But there's so many things out there that you can take. And it depends. I mean, sometimes, I mean, maybe it's just curiosity. Yeah, so it depends on where you are and why you might want to take the aphrodisiac.
Right. Kwabs, let's talk about, you know, a lot of people who take these aphrodisiacs, it's like over-the-counter stuff, you know. They just go and get it. Like Ami said, oh, somebody tried it, it worked for them, let me just go and get it. Which may not necessarily be for you, because I also know that one of the things people don't take into consideration is, you know, pre-existing conditions that some people may have already that may not necessarily work with certain medications because
like
of their
problems.
Exactly. So what do people need to keep in mind if you decide, oh, I want to try this, you know, I want to do over the counter or whatever, what do people have to keep in mind?
I think what she made reference to, which is, you know, side effects, right? Long-term damages and that you can affect. But I think the hardest is the mental dependency that develops from it. Because, like you said, when you take the enhancer, it enhances maybe to a certain, you get a boost, right? You enjoy that boost. But if you don't have a way to bring yourself back to that level naturally, you mentally become dependent on it. You feel like you can never get to this level without this, right? So every opportunity that you have, you start looking upon that. And then that also has downstream effects because now, whenever you don't have it, you don't feel as confident, right? You don't feel as engaged. And a lot for most men, like she said, is blood flow. And most of it, a lot of it is concentration, right? The older you get, the less time you have for concentration because there's so many different things that you have to deal with, family, business, paying bills. So the level of concentration that you may have on one person during a sex session changes. So that things in which you're trying to keep your concentration so your blood flow can stay consistent. And that's what these enhancers would do. It sort of takes away the fact that you have to work mentally so hard, right? Because it's going to stimulate and give you an enhancer and a boost. But the most biggest thing is, she said, the side effects.
The side effects.
And seeing a doctor.
And seeing a doctor.
Like,
so if you want to do something like that, be sure to see a doctor to tell them that, listen, I'm experiencing very
most
low.
men are not going to go see no doctor.
Exactly. That's
if
what
you
the
have a
problem
heart
is.
problem, if you have a heart problem, you
Most
could-
men don't even know they have a heart problem.
Absolutely.
Right, they don't even see the doctor at all.
Absolutely. The
I mean,
thing is that-
if we're really being honest about it, most men don't really have a sexual outlet, right? Like you women have books, you have sex coaches. Men are like in a
everybody
corner
has
when it comes to sex. Because who do you go... Most men tie their manhood to two things, sex and money, right? So if we're deficient in one, it's almost like we're saying we're not man enough. So it's very hard for men to open up to other men. And even if you had a urologist here, ask him how many men actually come to him.
Right.
You'd be very surprised number of men who probably need him versus the actual men who are going to be humble enough to say, okay, you know what, I need help.
Yeah.
We're going to see. And then we'll go to all of our friends. What you doing? Where? Okay.
Whether they're going to see
Yeah,
the
women, we talk about this all the time.
Yeah, we'll pop like 10 different pills, just going back and forth, trying different
which
stuff.
Which one will work? We're just trying to
Exactly.
see which one works. Yvonne, so I at some point, I have felt like aphrodisiacs are just a psychological thing and there's really no science to it. It's just like maybe you knowing that I'm taking this
It's
to
going
help
to
me
work.
is what is going to actually get you to do what you think you want to do. Like, I mean, at some point, that's how I have felt. But, Kwabs, what's the science behind it? I see you're shaking your head.
No, because sometimes you can take it and it still won't work.
Yeah?
You know, because there's also that mental component, right? You still got to be attracted to the person, right? Is this something like you said,
Absolutely.
alcohol, for instance? Sometimes you take alcohol and instant you're in the mood, right? We're like, woo, and it's 9 out of 10 is because alcohol has relaxed you, but it's the attraction of the person you're next to, right? At the same time, you can get 10 different shots, and this person still don't turn you on. right?
Now, why are you with this person, though? I'm sorry.
But I still don't believe. I think some people do take it and without even being attracted to anybody, because you get a thing saying people or normally say, "Oh, I have to take this thing because Charlie, I'm going to pick a girl from the street,
Random.
random girl," and they don't care. They just have to take something in to make sure they're getting worth their money of what they're going to pay.
Because it pumps blood so fast.
That
like
is it.
The Viagra, so it makes them so hard.
It doesn't. You don't have to get attracted to somebody.
Working.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's a physical action.
Yes.
Once it rises, they got to go.
I know.
I'm saying once it rises, you gotta go.
And it doesn't go soft until hours. Now you're stressing your partner out.
And you're there, yeah. There are people who have been sent to hospitals just because they can't come. I think recently, was it last year, getting close to the end of the... We saw something all over the internet and somebody came and it was just there, the videos were all over.
Yeah, and it couldn't come down.
At all.
Because like it has a time. Maybe he had a pre-existing condition that made it hard for him to go down, you see. Because it's
Or
not
maybe he
everybody.
took the first one and it wasn't working.
And took another
Overdose.
one.
And then he
Because
took
normally,
another.
because normally they write things like this on the boxes and the tubes.
How many you're
make
supposed to
sure
take.
you have this amount in your system and don't go extra.
Yeah.
And these people don't mind. Some people don't even don't read.
No, they just pop them.
They just want to pop it, like keep
But
taking
typically,
it.
even if it's not aphrodisiacs, I think we have all been culprits of taking a certain medication and expecting it to work at a certain time, and you feel like, I mean, I have a headache, I took paracetamol, and I don't know, 3 hours in, my head is still banging. I'm like, Charlie, let me take another one. I think we all have been in that place where you feel like, maybe it's not working, let me take another one. You know, and I feel like some men may end up doing that with aphrodisiacs because then they are waiting and the time frame is like,
It's like
I'm
you're,
not seeing
you're
anything.
expecting like some miraculous proof, right? And it's not happening. So it's like, okay, well, let me take another one.
let me take another one. My
And then when
body
it finally
needs
does hit,
That's why I think that difference,
don't
different
play
type
with
of the
these
aphrodisiac,
things.
because with what you said, of course, you have to be around sometimes. Some of these, when you take it, just doesn't just come up. You need to get somebody touching you.
Or you
I mean,
want
I still
watch
believe that there's a
something.
certain level of attractiveness you need. It's, like, you can't take an aphrodisiac and look at a woman who's unattractive and think because all of a
Just
sudden
because
I've been erect, she's
need
attractive.
Because I think it's you.
take care of
Because I think it's
You are
you. Because
under the
you want somebody
influence.
you're attracted to.
Right.
That's some men who
Some
don't
men
care.
don't care.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's some men who
I
don't
think
care.
that's more a woman thing, what he's saying.
Yes.
Yeah,
Women
Because
is that.
women
Yes.
will
Am I
not.
like a woman?
Sometimes it's not even about attraction. Maybe the person has pissed you off or there's
Yes.
an issue.
Yes.
That can be the reason why
Exactly.
the aphrodisiac wouldn't work. Or
Mm.
you're not that relaxed around them. It might not work. So a lot for women, when it comes to female aphrodisiacs, a lot of times somebody will tell you, I tried this. Several other women will tell you, it did not work on me.
Exactly.
It did not work on me.
Yeah, because for women it's more mental.
Yeah.
Because it's like she rightly said, if we just had a fight and you haven't done anything to make me feel better about the situation,
Never.
obviously my mind is not settled with you. So no matter what I take or whatever happens, it's like I'm just not there.
Yeah.
You know, because for women, sex is actually more mental than physical. Sometimes you can touch a woman from top to bottom and she's still not getting wet for you because the problem is in her mind, not her body.
It's true.
You know, so once you soften her mind, her body follows suit. That's more a woman thing. But I think some men too are like that.
I think you'd be surprised to find out the older a man becomes, I think that becomes his issue.
Okay.
Because when you're like in your 20s, that's your sexual peak for most men. You know, we're good. 2-3 rounds, bam, we're good for it. But as you get into your 40s and stuff, other things become you become more mentally dependent.
Yeah.
You don't have the physical strength you had when you were in your
when
20s.
you were younger.
I just
can imagine.
remembered an aphrodisiac I tried that did not work. Spanish fly, and it's very it did not work on me, but it's very, very popular.
Yeah,
Yes,
Spanish
sorry,
fly.
back then,
It's okay.
during school
You've
days.
heard
We'll
of it.
talk about that. We'll talk about that when
Supposed to make you hot.
when we return. It does? It makes you hot?
It's supposed to.
It's supposed to?
Well.
Okay, we'll talk about that when we return. This is Duvet. My name is Natalia. Do stay tuned. We will be right back. Duvet. This is GHOne Television. My name is Natalia. Tonight I'm with Shikah, I'm with Kwabs, and I'm with Yvonne Martey. And we're talking about aphrodisiacs. Before the break, Ami mentioned Spanish fly, which is something that's very common in Ghana. We've heard about it so much. And so sometimes you drink, Yvonne, you rightly said early on that sometimes you drink a certain alcohol that makes you feel a certain kind of way. But I've had an experience that I thought was a bit weird, and I really couldn't explain it. Where at a gathering, a party, whatever, I have a usual drink that I take, right? But that night I took it and it felt very different. Extremely different.
In your body?
In my body. So after the party, I think 2 days later, and the way I felt, it took a while. In fact, it took me like almost a couple of days to recover.
Wow.
So 2 days later, I took the drink again. Like I wanted to be sure that everything is okay, or am I transforming into something new? Because this is a drink I've had many times before that night, right? So I'm asking myself, I had to take it again to see if I feel the same way again. And I took it again, and I didn't feel that way. So I in my mind, I'm thinking now I want to associate the drink with the things that I ate in the night, because I want to understand the reaction I had.
Or why it was so different.
Or why it was so different.
Were you ovulating?
I don't
possible
even know.
You were ovulating?
Or you've just been around, like I said,
attractive.
The energy, somebody you're attracted, the energy, or maybe who you were attracted. Because remember, it's an enhancer.
So all of those ones are factors to consider.
Yeah.
Right? That when you are the environment, the people that you're with, the ambience, all of that contributes to what you take.
An ambience like this could easily
turn somebody on.
Yeah.
All right. Kwabs, now let's talk about the foods that some people can, because some people may think that, maybe I have a pre-existing health condition, or for whatever reason, I don't want to go straight to the pills. Are there certain foods that...
Cloves is like one of the main things, blending cloves. There's different smoothies that you can make. You
blend the cloves?
Yeah, you can make...
by itself or with something?
No. I think I know pineapple has been one that's good. Different fruits like watermelon is also good. Coconut, as she made reference to. All these things help in terms of releasing the blood flow and stopping blood for men blockage, right? Okay. The main thing is for us is increasing our blood flow, because when she made mention of the more blood we get down there, the better the performance.
Right.
But any kind of tiger nut, for instance, that's a major one that a lot of people have. You can make tiger nut from just chew it like normal, or you can make it into a milk, right? There's some people who even just take the meat out of it and actually even make porridge and other things with it. So all those things, but the most important thing is anything that helps with blood flow, right? Garlic even, right? Garlic is a very good blood flow. Cinnamon, those are types of spices. So you can put those spices on your food, and it will help to increase your libido. So,
my producer says prekese.
Hey, it helps too. Yes, it's true.
Yeah, very interesting. I'm sure that's what she uses.
But you see, none of those are. The problem is, most people are looking for microwave enhancer, right? Like those cloves, all those things we talked about are going to build your libido, but it's not an instant rush, right? That's what most people do.
Time.
Most people are looking for something that right now I can take, and in 5-10 minutes, Superman is here, right? It's like I want to go to the bedroom, and I come out and that's a big S on my chest, right? So that's what most people consider when we talk about aphrodisiacs and enhancers. We're not really considering foods that we eat that help us increase over time as enhancers, because those are so gradual.
It's more permanent.
So exactly. It's such a gradual process.
Right.
We don't necessarily take note as quick as something that just spikes your blood instantly.
I have a mixture for their viewers.
Okay.
They can bitter cola, grated bitter cola soaked in coconut water. Apparently, over time, taking it daily morning and evening over time is great. It will boost your sexual performance. And also,
For both men and women.
Men and women.
This is a man's experience,
Oh,
but
right.
I mean, I can try. I'll try it. I want to try it, but this is based off the experience and what they've seen. And then there's bitter cola with ginger, with a little garlic, and with cloves.
Okay.
Taking that every day, you would notice, because apparently your erection would be stronger and you would last longer. It's not a quick fix thing, but over time, you would love your endurance.
That's true, because I was seeing this guy who's a partner of mine, and he bodybuilds, not like every time, but mostly his work is entirely based on doing handiworks, he has a company and everything. So normally we are really busy going about trying to do stuff. And he comes home, and in his fridge, you can see a lot of banana.
Hey.
He comes and blends them. Apparently, it's a good boost.
Yeah,
It
banana
helps
is
him. It
supposed
gives
to
him
be-
some energy rather than taking whatever thing it relaxes him, energizes him, everything he needs to do. So I normally see him blend only bananas and drink them with milk or maybe Fanti Kenke or something. And it helps because this guy can go 4 or 5 times in a row when it comes to sex.
You mean I can go 4 or 5 times in a row?
Not me. I'm
like
like
5
But
rounds.
he's with who?
But who
me.
is
I
that? So both of you.
because if it's up to me, if I go once and twice, I want to go to
You'll
bed.
be fine.
But I'm with someone who
Yeah.
will go into the washroom, come back, continue again.
yeah.
Go to the washroom, come back, goes again.
But you
and
know
can go
what?
back.
I don't think it's the banana.
It
I
is.
think it's both
It's
of
not
you.
just the-
I think
yeah.
it's both of you. You are mentally
Attractive.
in a good space. So
5
it's not
times.
so it's
6 times.
Yes. So it's
7
not the
times.
banana, because if he wasn't attracted to you mentally, no amount of banana would make him come back.
And you said he's a very fit person.
No, he's a fit person.
Yeah,
That's it.
so sometimes
Yes.
That helps
your
too.
your health,
You
how
see, that's
stressed
what I'm trying
you
to
are.
say. All these things he takes,
Yeah.
this banana thing.
Yeah.
I really read about it, and I heard that magnesium or something in the banana normally helps.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
all these
but
things.
apparently banana
And
is
yes,
good for men,
and it's good.
especially.
Okay, now let's talk about mentally, right? What can people do to enhance their sex lives, okay? Like on the mental level, because we're talking about all of these things, which are all well and good. But if you're not in that space mentally, no amount of aphrodisiacs will make you even want to come back to this person.
Yes.
And what that will mean is that every single time you're having to be with them, you need to be popping pills, which eventually
It's
will
just-
affect
it's
your
just
health.
too much, yeah.
It's just too much. So now let's work on people's, how should people, where should people be mentally, right? In order to find each other attractive. What are the things that they need to keep in mind? I would say the first thing is that always resolve issues. I
Yeah.
think that is like the number
Yeah.
one
Communication.
thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Always make sure that there are no unresolved issues, because unresolved issues are the first thing that
Libido blocker.
I think
hits a person's libido.
Yeah.
I think you need to communicate to your partner what turns you on.
Yeah.
Because for men are very visual, right? So we come home, and maybe the first thing we see you in, and if it's the right thing, the whole night we ready.
What is the right thing for you, Kwabs?
Yeah.
For me, a woman with a nice nightie, she can meet me in a nice nightie. That's cool. Just keep yourself well groomed, and
You're a lingerie man.
I'm a lingerie man. I don't want to see you walking around in boy shorts.
Okay.
Those are cool if you're in the kitchen, but not in the bedroom, right?
in the bedroom.
So I think how you physically greet or what you like. If your partner is aware of that, they would do those physical things that would stimulate you,
Right.
right? So I think that's
For me, I believe how you treat me, especially outside, before we go inside. For me, it's so nice to see my man, maybe somewhere, and I go, maybe my man is working or maybe outside with all his friends, we all around or we somewhere, we all meet. And how you treat me, how you
Yeah.
talk to me,
How
how you come with some
sweet he
drinks,
is.
like, babe, this your drink, or how sometimes you walk to me and you say something nasty, or you see how you treat a woman
It has to
outside
be very sweet and
before
very
you
gentle.
enter the room as well. Because for me, I start getting turned on from outside. I start wanting you from outside because I can just, you're just sitting out, just like, I think I want you today. I
think I want you right now.
Right now. Like, I want you. Like, I need you. And you'll be like, okay, young lady, I hope you're okay. Like, you're even not in the house yet. Like, that's how it becomes. A man, I always tell people, for me, it's not just because you dress good, you look good. I'm not turned on by those things. You drive some amazing car. Or for me, those things will get me. I'm sorry. You're looking good, you dress. Of course, it's something like, oh, this guy looks good. You drive some amazing car, you'll have some money to spend on our table. No, that's not it. But the way you treat me, the way you speak to me, for others to see you as the man I'm with is what turns me on. That is valid.
Yeah.
Even if you know where I am and you're home and I'm outside, how you text and even talk to me. Are you okay? Are you safe? Are you coming? Do I need to send an Uber to pick you up? Or should I pick you up? Oh, it's raining. I'm worried about you. I'm coming to pick you up. Hey, God, before you get
shows that they actually care about
that car. Like, it's simple.
So you just want a deliberate man.
Yeah.
That's what they say these days,
yes,
right?
They deliberate and what? They have another word.
Intentional.
Intentional.
Yeah.
It means the same thing, actually.
Yeah.
So a lot of women, of course, these days want men who are intentional. And a friend of mine asked me that, well, what do women mean when they say that? You know? I mean, can you explain for the men who are looking for answers? When a woman says, I'm looking for an intentional man, tell me what that means.
This is a man that is making sure that in everything, he's making sure, we're saying that you are not just leaving it to chance. You are making sure that in everything you do, your interaction with this lady, she knows that she's the woman of your life, or you care for her, you are sweet to her, like in your actions, like making sure that you are making life easier, making sure that you are pleasing her, you are not making her angry, you are not driving her crazy, like you are conscious of it, like when you're making a decision or you're doing something, you think, is this going to upset her? Is she going to be happy? Oh, I saw something nice. Oh, this will make her happy. Let me get it. Oh, I know that she likes this and that. Let me grab it. Or let me order. I know that, okay, she's at work and she's getting busy. Usually on Mondays, she forgets to eat in the afternoon. Oh, I care for her. I want her to eat in the afternoon. Oh, babe, I've ordered food. Or the delivery guy is calling her. And she, like, when she gets the call, she's like, oh, he really, really cares for me. He's very thoughtful. Like, this is like in everything you do, you are thinking about her and what to do to make her life easier, to make her happy, so that at every point in time, she has like good thoughts about you. I think that's it.
That's what it means. Sometimes men feel like they need to do so much more to get a woman's attention, but I've always maintained that it's really little things. It's so much easier than they think it is, because sometimes it's not even the bringing lunch and all those ones. Sometimes I had a conversation with you 2 days ago, right? Yeah. And 2 days later, when we're speaking, you're asking me details about that conversation.
Like you remember.
It means that you actually paid
things.
Attention and you remember.
Yeah.
And that in a woman's mind, something ticks. Something is
like this person cares.
Okay.
Yes. This person
Forget
cares.
The person that's putting money on the table and bringing everything. If you're the guy that will remind me of a conversation from 3 weeks ago and ask, how did this go? Or what did you do about this? That alone, in any woman's mind, something clicks. Yeah. Something is like, okay, he's paying attention. Yeah. And you have to care to pay attention. But the thing is that men, because they cannot multitask, it's hard for a man to do that if he doesn't care about you. Yeah. And that's what the problem is. Yes. Because if he's just here to hit and run, he really doesn't care for your conversation.
So that's how you
He's just listening. Hurry up and finish and let's go on to the next thing.
True.
So he really won't be able to do that. And so the woman is also there feeling like, well, whatever, And so you're there wanting something that I have. And I'm here also not wanting to give you because I feel like you're not giving me the attention that I need, right? Yeah. And in the end, nobody's getting what they want, which is a lot of the time the situation these days. Because these days, men have so many options. As do women.
Women have options?
Yes, as do women. But the thing is that I think I've come to the realization that true, genuine relationship, like liking someone, them liking you to like genuinely, is not as common as it used to be.
Yeah. That's why when you find somebody that shows that like you the little things, like it shows that they really, really care. Yeah. You don't want to you want to.
That's what it said. If a man will do it, he will. Like you don't need to even remind them of anything, because when I believe if you being a man, when you meet somebody who you really like and you know how the person is, Ami loves rings, jewelries, Ami loves to wear her lashes, she likes to be on point every day. You don't mind even booking a spa or maybe somewhere like, I can see my girl is she needs to change this. She needs to do this. I hope you get it. There's something you do every time. That's why I'm saying men just need to understand that. We know, we can now see through you guys. Back then, we don't know. But now, we know if you guys could or if you can, you will. If you don't want to do it, of course, that's why sometimes you're with someone and they're not serious. You also try to not be serious because we are all playing along.
Yeah, we're playing along.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go on a break. Yvonne says to all of you men, we know we can see through you now, so you can't play those games no more. We're going to go for a musical break. This is Duvet. Do stay tuned. We will be right back. Yvonne, I'm with Kwabs and I'm with Shikah. And before the break, Yvonne was saying that, dear men, we can see through you. Please cut the BS. Yes. And
why do I feel all the eyeballs looking at me?
Everybody's looking at you.
Feel the heat.
So the mind thing, I have something to say.
yeah, the mind thing. Go on.
So you see, you asked her that. Was there a point where she had a low libido? You know how depression is a big desire killer. So like if you are going through it, and it can be a reason why you don't want to have sex. So in a situation like with something like that, the best way to protect yourself or take care of your mind is to get help. Because until you get help to take care of the depression or to feel better, you might never be able to open yourself up sexually to your partner. Because now the depression is now like a wall between you and them, that when they touch you, it's like, I'm not in the mood. Or if you are too stressed, sometimes you need to maybe see a professional or like talk to your partner about it and see how best to like feel better.
You have a situation where you're attracted to a person. You know that it's a good person. You know, hey, this person is a good character. This person I'm attracted to. But when it comes to intimacy, it's just not getting there.
It's true.
It's not matching that same level of attractiveness that you have for all the other things. They're like she's saying, there is some kind of mental blockage. So it's not physical. It's not going to be an enhancer. It's something mentally there that probably
it doesn't matter if you have a 6-inch or you could go far. The only thing is you need to know. Some people just need to be treated well. Women, there's a lot that goes on with us. These men don't understand.
Yeah. And Yvonne, let's talk about something that has become very common in recent times. The men, you see how you're saying women need to be treated well. Now the men are the ones who want to be treated well. The men are the ones who are asking to be, like...
Chased.
Pampered.
Like, I've never understood the concept of a man looking to be pampered. Not by me, though. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't. I can't do it. I don't have the energy for that.
You believe in being wicked, so then.
I'm sorry, I can't do
The
it.
numbers are in our favor.
No, I can't do it. Please. I mean,
For every one of you can't, there's 10 women out there for every
who
one
can?
man.
Yeah, but then here's the
And when
thing.
they do it, they get tired and leave.
Yes.
And they stop.
The thing
It's
that
okay.
I
We play the numbers game.
You know, how do I even explain this? It's a yin yang situation. A man brings protection, strength, his energy to the table. I bring my femininity, this and that. I make sure that, you know, the soft angles, make sure that you're taking care of this and that. I can't do what you're supposed to do, and you can't do what I'm supposed to do.
But I still think
so when you meet a man who's looking for you to do, like, for instance, maybe I'm at home with a man I live with or whatever, and I want some flower pot to be moved from here to here. If I have a man in the house sitting down, I obviously, I'm not going to be lifting flower pots from here to there. That's your job.
Yes.
Right? My job will be in other areas as well. But these days, you have a man or men who are looking to contest that.
Yeah.
They feel like, no,
You should be asking them out.
you
for
shouldn't
dinner.
be asking me to do this. But why can't you do this and that? And I feel there's something really wrong with that picture.
That's a byproduct of feminism.
I feel like I understand because we don't want to like work with the strict gender stereotypes, because the strict gender stereotypes say that women belong in the kitchen, women should be doing this and that, but it looks
what's
like
wrong with that?
we're moving
What's
like
wrong
we're
with that,
moving
though?
to a point where we're like, okay, both men and women can do this. So I mean, it shouldn't
No.
be about the gender, it should be about what you're capable of, and like
There are a lot of things that are not gender specific.
Not at all. Not at
A
all.
lot of things. But there are also some things that obviously anyone that has any, unfortunately, common sense would know that this one, if two people are sitting down, a man and a woman,
yes.
and something comes up, naturally, we would know who will go to that situation.
Like
first.
opening the car
believe
door.
it's
A woman shouldn't.
I believe it's this generation too. I won't say because
Okay.
back in your generation, it's amazing.
What's my generation?
No, your generation is amazing.
saying, huh?
No, I know you're not young. She's not mine.
Yvonne, hold on.
Back in your generation.
On the note of generation, I'm going to have to take a break. This is Duvet. This is GHOne TV. Kwam says, what's my generation? I knew that was coming. All right, welcome back. This is Duvet. This is GHOne TV. My name is Natalia. Connect with me on social media. Yes, I am Natalia. Tonight, I am with Yvonne. I am with Kwabs. And I'm with Shikah. Before the break, Yvonne says, Kwabs generation. I don't know what that is. I'm completely innocent. I don't know what that is. But back to the conversation we were having before that, is how men these days want to be pampered and, taken care of by women. And they do the thing where, in fact, one time I had a guest who explained to me what that is. Like the men, they will love bomb you, right? They give you a hot chase, the hottest chase of your life. They will do literally anything. And then once you decide to give them your attention,
it's true.
I hate it.
It's true. It's true.
I hate it. They decide
Some people enjoy the pursuit more.
They decide to just chill. They
don't
just
maintain
relax.
the energy.
They are like, you know what? It's
I have
okay.
you now.
And then now they're waiting for you to be the one to call them and text them, and even their response to you is a bit off and all of that. But a guest explained to me what that was. And we see a lot of that these days.
Yeah.
Yeah? Why do you think that's the case?
For me, I don't meet people like that. I don't even want to meet people like that.
All right.
And for me, I had a very good conversation with my girls this week because I have girls who have gone through all these things before. They've met men who who come to them, buy them flowers, send them cards and food on some good dates, and then later on, they just change, or sometimes they just give up. And it's like, why did you come with all these things and later on you change your...
No campaign after election.
So then, this is it.
Would you say it's because of the sex? Because some people say, once they have the sex
So
with
I
you,
told
then
my friend...
Then it's like...
Curiosity.
I had
nothing
this
else
conversation with a friend of mine who I'll go see after this event, this program. I was trying to tell her the other time that maybe it's the sex. And so far so good. She looked at somebody who gives a bombard sex to this man. And I don't know why it changes. So here it is. I feel like she is too involved in the sexual thing that she overdoes certain things with them in terms of treatment or expectation. For me, Kwabs, if I have sex with you, your expectation is still the same. So you start changing and giving me something to expect. I'm not going to expect you to treat me like a wife
or a girlfriend.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, you see. So I was telling her.
We just had sex.
It's
It was
true.
just sex. We're moving on.
Thank you very much. So
Right.
with men, especially in this Accra or Ghana that I've seen, immediately they have the sex and you start acting like a girlfriend or a wife or start acting.
They will run.
They will run.
We will run. We run.
So I told her, in this Accra, you are not from Accra. We are from Accra. You are a foreigner. This is what this meant. If this is what you do with all these men you meet, this is why they're running. Because I see that you.
Because some people you have sex with and they instantly think that the sex.
We have a relationship.
Thank you. So do not put too
But
much
shouldn't
into
people
that.
have these conversations prior?
The thing is,
We should have conversations prior because sometimes, and also
A man
the
in
men,
a hunt will tell you where he needs
yes,
to.
and
Exactly.
that's what I'm trying
Tell
to
you.
say.
Exactly.
He's going to tell you everything.
Men
He looks at somebody I want to have.
But that is wrong, though.
Yeah, because they come with lies. Because not everybody can
Well,
do
you say
casual.
it's wrong,
A lot
but-
of women cannot do
I mean,
casual
that is where
A
we
lot
get
of
to a
women
point of
cannot
understanding that
casually
we need to play the games. These men are playing.
That's fine, right?
No,
for
you
me,
can't, though. You're not built for that.
please.
But that's fine, right? You
You're
are
not built
built.
for
We
that.
need.
we
She
need
can
to.
do it.
We can.
Just
See,
like
we can.
You can.
Yes.
No one
So
says
it
you
takes
can't.
time. It
But
takes
the question
time, Pops.
is, in doing it, are you losing yourself?
That's it. You see, that is where you don't understand.
Because
if
there's
I'm
certain
playing this
nature
game,
that's-
doesn't mean I'm going to play a game to lose myself. I'm playing a game for you to understand that, hey, I don't need anything, but I'm still checking you out. Whether you are going to be more.
I understand
But
you,
there's
right?
no expectation in what you. The thing is, most women today are expecting too much from this man.
That's fine.
Let's not make that mistake.
Yeah.
I tell her, you buy me flowers on Monday. You bring it on Wednesday and Friday. You are sweet. Thank you. This man is intentional. But that doesn't mean I'm sitting and thinking, Charlie, I'm imagining me and him pound with one kid. In a
You're
two-bedroom house.
Not adding his surname
Sorry,
to your name.
in a two-bedroom house, me walking like I don't do
But
that.
you know that.
You see, most of these women, and I know my friends who have been to all these.
But that's usually a void that they have, and the guy just happens to be
But
the
you know,
projection of
and
it.
I also think
Like
that
a
not
desire.
a lot
Okay,
of,
so let's listen to Ami. Yes.
a lot of women, right, cannot do casual sex.
I agree.
That is why we need to be talking and having conversations. There's a moment when they have sex, their emotions get involved, they get attached.
Yep.
Or the reason why they even opened up, it means that emotionally they have
Already there.
a connection.
Yeah.
So the sex just ends it or completes it for them. That's why we need to be talking. It's just that even when we talk, you can never be sure that they are being honest with you, because a lot of these men will tell you the most. Tell you they want to take you to their parents. They feel like they know what
Wanna give
women
you the stars,
want to
the
hear.
moon.
But then what women can do, what you can do for yourself is to make sure that you have certain conversations where, like, because not everybody can do casual sex. If you can detach emotions from sex, then it's easy for you to have sex with somebody that and then no expectations.
But women aren't built for
but
that.
once your emotions
We are.
involved,
Most of
it's
us are.
It's not your fault that
Most of us are.
emotionally
We
you
let-
got attached.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
If I sat 100
I don't
men
think it's
down,
for
we would tell you
everybody.
that we know
That which is not wrong.
It's
you
not-
cannot.
it's
okay.
You cannot treat a woman with respect and give her good sex in 90 days and she's not attached.
Right? Like it's not.
We
it's
know
not
this.
within your.
This is why if you look at most relationships, they fall apart within 90 days. Because when we men are alone and we have our own little corner that you're not in, we talk about the 90 days.
You're talking about
We
relationships.
know how
That's
women
my problem.
move. No, I mean, you can meet
You
a
see,
woman
that is
today.
my problem
I don't want a
today.
relationship. I
No,
just want to
you
kick
see,
it. I want to have a good time.
mean,
You and I are going to have a
That
good time.
conversation.
listen to
is
Kwabena.
great.
You see,
That
we are talking
90
about,
days later, watch the attachment.
we are
I
talking
still
about
can be detached.
relationship.
I could go out with other women.
You are talking
I
about
could kick it,
relationship.
but
I know.
she
He's
9
not
out of
talking about
10.
Talking about sex.
She 9 out of 10.
So,
after
here's the
90
thing.
days is gonna slow down the
Yeah.
amount of men that she's seeing.
Yes.
She's gonna create more time for me. She's gonna be more comfortable, more attached.
Attached,
You see where
yeah.
I'm coming from? But from day one, I told you, hey, look, I don't want that. I want to kick it. I want to have fun.
Thank you.
Why
How come
when
we
you
be
We
friends?
start
Same.
that way, but after 90 days,
You will get
Not-
attached.
but you
But
know-
here's the thing, Yvonne. I think that it's only natural that if you met a man, he's a nice man, great sex, you see him every now and again, you guys do fun things. It's only natural that you will get attached to
Right,
him.
it's natural.
and you want more of it.
And you want more of it.
Attached.
Yes.
It's natural.
At
It's
some
not.
point.
No, nobody's
Because
saying
even-
it's not.
even-
It is.
Yes, because
Attached.
even with forget even men and sex, even with women. If Ami is my friend and we're hanging out all the time, right? After a while, when I'm doing things without her, it's a problem.
Yes.
Yeah,
like a
you
breast
get-
It's a human thing.
Yes,
And it's
exactly.
even more so for women because when a man is doing all the nice things for you and then topping it up with good sex, listen.
The hormones release.
No, I would like you, of
can't,
course.
You can't help but want more of that.
Exactly.
Maybe you guys are getting me wrong. Of course, you want more of something. Okay, can we do more of this? Can we go on dates? Can we talk? The thing is, I am not going to expect much from you. Of course, I want something. It's not a relationship. It's not me being your girlfriend or anything. It's me wanting to spend more time with you.
Okay.
Me wanting to go on more dates with you. Me wanting us to have more sex. Me wanting us to get to spend time, watch movies. But yet, I'm not looking forward for you to call me your girlfriend.
Sure.
But that's
But
you
when
were-
you're-
But
and
what
where
you said is
are.
when you said you wanted more of those things, when that guy is not able to give you that more,
Then that's a problem.
because maybe he's spending other time with other women.
Thank you.
That's where it becomes the
That's
problem.
a
So then
problem.
you realize
Because
that,
even
yes,
if
you are
I-
in
if I'm
competition with others. You see, that is where we need to understand certain things. Yes, if he's not giving you that and he starts pushing away, thank God. He's told you what he is.
No, but that is a
Right.
problem
You are
because
not
here's
about-
the thing. We're going to go and see what our sex position is. But here's the thing. If any man, if I were seeing any man who was giving me good sex, every now and again, he's taking me out on dates and this and that, and I haven't seen him maybe in a month. If I sit at home and I'm horny, he's the one I want.
Exactly.
I don't want anybody but him.
Yes.
And if he's not available at the time, if he's not available for a whole week stretch, that's a problem.
Okay.
That is a big problem because then I'm like, okay, but why have you brought me to a place where you cannot
you're leaving
supply?
me hanging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is where the problem begins
Of
for a lot
course.
of the men and the women.
Yeah, we have issues. Yeah,
Because
why are
then
you
you
not giving me
understand-
this?
yes,
I need
because
sex.
then you
You're trying to
understand that.
excuse it.
Yes.
Thank you. But the
so
thing
then
is,
there are expectations. There are feelings involved. Because if this man came to me one time and said that, you know what, I don't think we can continue this again. I will be
It will
broken.
hurt,
It
of
will hurt
course.
me.
That's
I'll
a
be
little,
like,
yeah.
it will be like, oh my God.
Charlie, I'm not getting this sex again. I'm not getting this.
I'm not getting,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, of
and
course.
that's where the feelings come to play, because it's like that was not the conversation from the
Exactly.
onset. But once you're having sex with the person, emotions, and you need to understand that sex is like the rawest form of
Communication. and
communication,
Yeah, bonding,
bonding, and also you are so vulnerable.
That's
it's the
true.
rarest form of vulnerability, you know.
And when it's good and intense,
Yeah.
you feel so close. Like
course.
you feel
Absolutely.
like.
So on the note of that, my producer, okay, I won't say that. I've changed my mind. On the note of that, let's see what our sex position of the week is. Do stay tuned. Sex position of the week, the lazy man. Technique. The giver places pillows behind their back and sits on the bed with legs outstretched. The receiving partner straddles the giver's waist with their feet on the bed. They then bend their knees to lower themselves onto the giver, using one hand to direct the shaft in just by pressing on the balls of their feet and releasing. They can raise and lower themselves on the giver's penis or dildo as slowly or quickly as they please. Also try. From this position, you both lie back onto the spider position or its more challenging variation, the X. Hot tip, the giver can easily lick the receiver's nipples in this position. All right, welcome back. The lazy man. Kwab says that is not a lazy position.
No.
He's doing a lot of work.
That'll work.
Yeah,
Got to stretch, growings, abs, six packs, all that.
yeah. So it's definitely not a lazy position. But do you like this position?
Oh yes.
Yes?
Yes. I think
you
it
like
lets.
a woman in control.
I think most women are emboldened when they have control.
Yeah.
You know, and I think as men, we should invite them to have it, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of times in which a woman doesn't get an opportunity to exude power. Right? Society at times dummies them down. We, chauvinistic wise, we don't give them their respect. But in that moment is where a woman can take control and she can actually let her power. So let her raw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yvonne, you like it?
I do.
Okay.
I think with penetration wise, as things goes more deeper, you get to arouse both your clits and everything at the same time. You're rubbing, and one thing that even turns me on is when a man is like, sucking your boobs and giving
Whilst
you,
you're,
it's so
yeah,
nice. Yeah.
it's really nice.
Twofer.
Yeah.
The twofer.
Yeah. Ami?
I love being on top because, just like you said, the control bit, just I'm the one in charge, controlling the angle, the speed of penetration. And with this, with music playing, it's so sexy. I like moving your body. And the fact that you are hugging him, the clothes, it feels nice. And you can kiss. You can get a lot of eye contact. You can hold his head, whisper things in his ears. And, it feels nice. He can hold your back, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So imagine doing all of this for a whole year and not being attached to the man.
Bruh. Let's do casual. I think casual dating is...
Casual sex is not for women.
It's
No,
not for
it isn't.
all
It's
women.
not for
Not
women.
for all women.
Not all women.
I love it.
I personally don't think it's.
you
For
love-
me, I love casual sex. I'm sorry. I'm one
don't
woman.
think it's fulfilling
I think my
enough.
friends normally think maybe I'm not normal, but
You love casual sex.
I love casual
So
sex.
you-
Hold
so
on. Let me ask a question.
Okay.
When you say casual sex, right,
Yeah.
there's a casual of is it casual sex with the same person, or is it
No,
casual
same
sex?
person. Same person.
So that's not casual.
That's
sex.
casual.
So that's not casual
No,
sex.
I'm having
It
sex
just
with
may-
one person. So this
Yeah,
is
that's just it. Maybe the frequency may be casual, but at the end of the
Or maybe
day,
she's
you
not.
have a committed
No,
No,
relationship.
I don't have a
attached.
committed relationship with
No
anybody.
strings
I'm not
attached,
attached.
no emotions.
No emotions.
It's not headed
I'm sorry,
anywhere. They're
Nothing.
just having
We're
fun.
not expecting anything. That's my friend. That's my G. I see him. Tell, hey, cool.
There
We
are
have
some
nothing.
women that are able to do
Yes.
that. I
When
cannot
you
do
see
that.
him in town,
Oh
you're
yeah,
like-
cool. Sometimes I pass. I don't mind. I don't know you.
And then later you go and
I'll
sleep
see
with
you.
him.
I'm sorry.
Toxicity.
It's not toxic. It's nice. At least your friends.
I think you're one of the
That's my
bros.
friend.
That's a
When you
bro
see-
thing.
When you see him in town, you're like, yo, what's
Yo,
up?
what's up? Yeah. Nothing. Charlie, what's
I'm
up?
with you.
Yeah.
I'm with
A
you.
lot
I'm
of
with you.
women
That's it.
cannot be like that.
Oh, for me, yeah, I respect
But
them. because
you know what's
friends.
interesting? Most men have a better relationship with a woman.
Yeah,
that's
like
that.
me. And that's why I have a lot of male friends.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
you have a very
women
good
like that end up
Yes.
having a lot of
Have a
male
lot
friends.
of
Yeah,
women
and you
like
have
that
a better
male
relationship But the funny part is, if that relationship was to escalate to a committed relationship,
Yeah.
it falls apart.
A lot.
Because this part of the casualness is what maybe allowed you to survive.
Yes. We can be together though, but not like something.
Are you commitment phobic?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. At all. For me, my problem is I don't want to be with the wrong person.
Okay, fair.
That is it. Like, you know, I'm so bubbly,
Right.
I'm so happy that I feel
So-
like a man can break me easily.
Yvonne,
if
so
they
what
don't
is
do the right
what
things
is the
for me.
difference between like casual relationships and people who have all these sneaky links and situationships and sex?
You see, the sneaky links is what pushes women to expect a lot from men.
The sneaky links,
Yes,
eh?
I'm not
No,
here.
I don't
No,
agree.
believe me, because then this is your sneaky link. Do you know what it involves? Like, do you know the adventure it takes for you to fall in love with a man? The thing is, you going to sneak to see a man, or you feel like I have a man like this, some sneaky link. Do you know what it brings so much? Which I said,
But
you guys don't talk about what you
But
really.
it's casual. It's so
but
casual.
No,
It
it's
is
not.
so
Nobody's
casual.
saying it's not. It is. But the thing is, do you know what it takes, for you to realize, Charlie, what are we doing at all?
But you know that is the forbidden fruit.
Yes,
that
that
is
is
the best
yes.
sex.
Best.
Yes.
Because
But you get
there's
that
something about it that you know you're not supposed
Maybe
to
you
do.
have a husband.
That
you
is
have
it.
a partner.
Then later you get
So the
attached.
forbidden fruit is it definitely will be the best sex of your life, because no inhibitions. Is like when we meet, we let our hairs down, and it's like nobody's holding back on anything.
all.
You have the best sex of your life, but you know you're not supposed to be
At
doing
all.
that.
That's
And
why you
what
get
happens-
easily attached.
When it's no longer forbidden, it's no longer
yes,
exciting.
exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
When
why you
it's
get
no
attached.
longer
to-
forbidden, it's no
like,
longer
no, it looks like I
exciting.
really like this guy. For me to not be doing something that I'm doing with this person.
But
The
you-
reason why my casual sex with whoever is not because we understand, Charlie, me and you, we want to do this, and you are the person I'm going to do this with. We are cool. We are friends.
Fair.
Yeah, cool. So then, you know, say, oh, this person, yeah.
So this casual sex person, what else do they do outside of the sex?
Outside of the sex,
Yeah.
we're friends.
Yes,
So
but
they
I'm
hang
saying,
out?
Friends with
so
benefits.
I'm
They
saying
go out?
that
Yeah.
outside of the sex, right?
Yes.
I get that you're friends outside, but does he do little nice things for you on the
Of
side?
course, we do nice things even before we had sex. We are friends because
No,
my
so
kind
that's
of
a friend-
friendship
they,
with
They're
people.
dating, but
You are
not a
there for
relationship.
each
No,
other.
no, we're not dating.
No.
We don't get along.
I agree, yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
you see, we have
You have
friends.
an established
Thank
friendship.
you.
They are
We have
good friends who
where
have
we
sex.
eat together. We meet and we eat together. We sometimes, Charlie, we have this restaurant. I heard the seafood is good. Should we go? We see some resorts. Charlie, you know that resort over there. Let's go. Charlie, let's go and do
You
it
know,
over
I
there.
find
It's nice.
it very intriguing,
Yeah.
like, because I know some girls that are able to do that, where like they have a lot of bros that maybe they
Yeah.
once had a thing with them in the past, but even though they're no longer having sex, they're still cool because they had a great friendship and it wasn't a relationship.
Exactly.
So I mean, we're just not having sex anymore.
Exactly,
Yeah,
which is cool.
I find
So,
it
of course,
intriguing.
outside, we not having casual sex.
And this your casual sex person,
Yes.
is he in a relationship?
No, he's not.
Because then it would be cheating.
I would never do that casual thing with somebody who is already having.
Who's in a relationship?
that's it.
Oh,
That's it.
right.
So he needs to be single too.
Yes.
So, but what? So then,
He doesn't need
so then,
anything.
what's the problem?
That's no problem.
It's
Wait,
like-
so is he not your type?
yeah, that's why I'm
relationship
asking.
wise?
See?
Because
Sometimes,
if he's
like
single,
I said, if you escalate it,
if he's
it changes
single,
the dynamic.
Yeah.
Changes
And
everything.
you're
You see, you're
single.
getting where I'm getting to.
Yeah.
Like, you really understanding what I'm trying to say.
Sometimes you can't be as free with each other.
like, not at all.
I totally
Right.
understand as well.
But
But
is he your
I'm
type?
thinking
Of
that.
course he is. What about having sex?
Is he somebody that you could date?
Yes, he's somebody I could date.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Because I was thinking that if he's single and you're single,
What's
and he
holding you
likes
back?
you and you like him,
We don't really like each other like that.
See, sometimes,
Okay, so it's just the sex.
you know, relationships
Yeah.
are
We're
different
friends.
because relationships.
We've known each other, yeah.
Because you can have sex with somebody, but you don't see them as
At all.
This is
A
somebody I
relationship.
want to marry.
Yeah, because
It's
relationships
not-
are
okay.
more about responsibility.
Yes. Are we
Right,
ready
so
to do
sometimes
this?
you're not-
Are we ready to
Exactly.
be together?
Yeah.
Are we ready to?
We can have fun, with, but I'm
Yes.
not ready for those
At
other
all.
Yeah.
They have some
And I can
traits
go. We
you
can spend
cannot
the weekend
settle with.
together. We are cool. We are not like sitting and like talking about what you think we should do. No. We're just friends. We talk about
Yeah.
work. We talk about life. We talk about
That's
everything. We
cool.
watch, like we play games. We watch. It's a normal
so
friendship
you're,
thing.
so
like
you're
we
like,
go.
it's for fun times. It's for good times.
But you see what's
Good times.
interesting
Good
is
times, right?
women don't marry their friends.
No, that's
Yeah.
a mistake.
You know, that's the interesting
Yeah.
part is
We don't
you
like
can
to do
have a
that.
friendship and it's so cool and great, but then it's like
It's true.
It's
but
just
the moment
once-
that it becomes this umbrella of marriage,
yeah.
the friendship is lost.
Yeah.
Because once you become that friend, it's the dynamics, it doesn't feel like
It changes.
anymore.
It
It just
changes
like, that's
the
my
dynamics.
brother.
Yeah. It definitely changes the
Yeah.
dynamics. Very interesting. So
But that's the person who you trust the most. That's the
That
person
you would
you
go
know the most.
to,
So
yeah.
you would think that's the person you would want to marry.
No.
But it's like a corporation. We like outside ideas. We don't promote from within. That's what I always tell most of my friends. Don't become friends with a woman you're trying to date.
Yeah.
Because the moment you become friends with them,
So
you
stop
lose
seeing you like that.
You
Yeah.
lose that mystique,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
You lose the attractiveness that she's looking for.
I like what you said. That's the person you trust. That's the person who goes, no, that's not my go-to person. That's the person I trust. You see, that is it. That is where feelings start happening. When you start trusting this person, and there's a go-to person for you, you start having feelings.
Feelings
because
for
I can
them.
talk to this guy about everything.
Right.
He's somebody when I'm feeling sad, I want to be, no, let it not to be.
Yeah. Okay. So let's wrap up this conversation. But before that, let me ask this: will it be easy, Kwabs, for a man to meet a woman and have the conversation that, look, I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm just looking to smash. Is it an easy conversation for a man to have?
No.
It's not.
No. I think if you have some level of attractiveness to it, it's not a very, because 9 out of 10, we also know by telling you this, well, you're probably going to run. Right? Because no
But we
woman
would appreciate that.
Nah, women not ready for the truth.
I would appreciate
You
that.
want the
See what I'm
truth?
talking about?
You want the
absolutely
truth in
appreciate
your
that.
own way.
I-
Like for
absolutely.
instance, you don't want me to come and be like, look, baby girl, you look good. I'm seeing your hips and everything. I just want to taste. But that's really my intention.
Yeah.
No,
But
you
what you
don't
want me
say
to do
like
is you want me
that.
to-
There's a way.
You
No,
exactly.
you don't say it like
Exactly.
that. No,
You don't say it
there's a
like
way you
that.
would say
Exactly.
You
something.
don't
So
say
I
it
have
like
to come
that.
There's a
and
way.
say, I have to come and
There's
say,
a way.
oh girl, I think you're nice. Let's get to know each other. Let's go out for lunch and dinner. By the end of the day, it's your hips and your thing that is all
So
that's driving
don't you
me.
think there's a nicer way of course?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a nice way of
Well,
saying
saying
that.
it to the
and
guy.
that's
I don't
what
want-
we call lyricism.
Yeah, I don't want a full-on relationship. I just want us to have a sexual relationship, which is also a relationship, by the way.
But
I think
you
that-
don't say that way. Women never want to feel like it's about sex.
You see, that's what you guys think. Not everyone.
So,
Yes.
so
You want to feel like that we
so-
have more to you than just your hips and your boobs.
Kwabs, I think
You
it
want to feel
depends-
that we like your personality, we like your
No,
brain.
not
We
everyone.
want to hear you talk.
So here's the
What
thing.
if a man told you, look,
Kwabs.
baby girl, I don't want to hear you talk. I don't want you nothing. All I want you to do is come, show up, undress, we do you, and
But
be
wait,
done.
is it supposed to be like that? Then you can just pick up girls
Uh-huh.
from
But
wherever.
what I want you to understand is when men are together, that's how we talk.
No, I don't
That's
say.
how we,
no, I'm
we
not
describe.
saying
We don't
it's-
care about your brain.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
We don't care
You
about
meet
your
a guy,
degree.
because I met a guy who was like, oh, you're beautiful. I like your short hair
Yeah.
and everything. And later when I got with this guy, I realized, you're not ready for anything really, because it's not like I'm also looking forward to something.
Anything,
But
yeah.
why don't you talk to me about it? Later on, I play your game and be like, you're a man eater. No, sweetie, that is what you wanted. And I gave you what you wanted.
Okay, very, very interesting. So let's wrap up this conversation. And I think that depending on the kind of woman, for instance, when I was much younger, I would definitely, entertain a man coming to me and saying that, oh, I'm looking for a sexual relationship. Today, I really wouldn't mind if you're the right person, and I wouldn't mind that conversation today, because
I think when you say
obviously,
age-
what am I looking for right now? I'm not looking to get married or none of that. So I can entertain that kind of conversation
It's different
today.
at different age.
Absolutely.
depends
So
on
it
when you're in your
depends.
20s,
Yes.
MRS,
Yes.
all that matter. When you're in your 30s and 40s, you probably have moved past.
But in my
Absolutely.
20s too, I was just didn't want anything like that. I wanted to have fun.
Yeah.
You just want fun.
I think she's
in
different,
general,
yeah.
that's what you want.
She wants
Let's wrap up the conversation. Ami, let me start with you. In wrapping up, what would you say?
Okay, so we had a conversation about aphrodisiacs. There's a lot of natural foods. I would say that if you want to experiment with these things, like go for the natural foods, like go for the oysters, go for the banana, watermelon. Watermelon is great to help you last longer. Man, for the blood flow, stronger erection. So work with the natural ones. Go on the internet, find out what foods are natural aphrodisiacs and like make that a regular part of your diet. Maybe once in a while you can try out these like quick fix ones, like the ones that you take before sex. But I mean, make sure that you are aware of your pre-existing conditions. If you have high blood pressure, you have heart problems, you know that certain medications will aggravate your issue, and you shouldn't be taking just anything. So like, let's be mindful of our health. And I mean, it's nice to have fun. Like, it's okay to try out these things once in a while. Just know their side effects, and I mean, aim to please each other. And when it comes to casual sex and all that, please know who you are, know what works for you, have conversations. Don't go doing something just because your friend does it and it works for her. We are all not built the same.
Yeah.
And buy my book, Hot Sex Every Day.
Yeah. Kwabs?
Got that book too.
Yeah.
Aphrodisiacs. I would just say that for most men, I think, like she mentioned, communicate with your partner. You know, I think like the hardest thing is for us men to even admit to ourselves, right, that we're not performing the way we performed in the past. So I think first, if you're honest with yourself, then you probably can get some kind of help and treatment. But I think the hardest thing is to be honest with ourselves and to be honest with our partner. And before you go see a urologist and all that, I think you should be honest with your partner. Because you'd be very surprised to find out what solutions can be done between the two of you when there's open communication. You know.
Yeah.
Yvonne?
Aphrodisiacs are not entirely bad. They're good. And aphrodisiacs are you. It starts with you, your brain. So please do sometimes experiments and also try something. And with casual sex, please, it's not everyone you can have casual. Please, you can also vet who you want to have casual sex with. Just because it's casual doesn't mean you should be casual with everyone.
Yeah.
You can choose to have fun and enjoy yourselves. But please, make sure you know who you're doing this with. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And be safe
Be
out
safe,
there.
yeah.
People are taking a lot of risk
A
when it
lot,
comes to sex
see.
these days. So, social media handle.
Yes, I'm on Instagram, Evetaina, YVETAINA_PBF, and also Evetaina on Snapchat, Twitter, and yeah, on Facebook, Yvonne Taina Martey. Thank you. I've been seeing you guys, your messages. I appreciate it.
Kwabs?
Find us on Kustom Looks, spell Kustom with a K. Google Kustom Looks Ghana. Of course, you can always look up our tribal sportswear. This is our design for the Ghana National Paralympic
Oh,
Council.
wow.
So if you see the Paralympic team, this is the tracksuit that we made for them.
Oh, that's nice. Ami?
Okay, my Instagram is Amishika, AMISHIKAH. Twitter or X is Miss Amishika, MSAMISHIKAH. Facebook is AMISHIKAH. I have a website, amisdiaries.com, AMISDIARIES.com. We talked about aphrodisiacs. I have very nice erotic stories that are great for turning you on and boosting your libido. You might want to check them out.
Right. Are you still hooking people up?
Yes, I'm still doing the matchmaking.
I'm looking for someone that I will try out new restaurants with. Just that.
Casual.
I mean, I think that's a valid
Casual
thing.
eating.
It is a valid
Casual
thing.
eating.
Casual eating.
Yes.
So please, what do I need to bring? My photos?
I'll find you.
Yes, please. That's what I want. I'm looking for
Any
someone.
age range.
Between 40 and 50.
You don't, but you're just eating food.
Yes, but
but you
still,
need
I want
someone-
someone mature. We'll talk about life.
Yeah.
You know, life stuff.
You know, you make
So-
you make love to the mind, and the body will follow.
Exactly. So between 40 and 50, someone who's open to trying new restaurants.
Just for trying new restaurants.
Just for trying new
Okay.
restaurants and new places, just going around. So
Okay.
that is why.
You don't mind if they have a partner because it's just.
No. I'm not looking for a relationship.
No, not casual
Yeah.
sex.
So even if they are
Casual
married,
eating, even if they are married,
Yeah.
as long as we're just trying out new stuff.
talking.
All right, great. So Ami is in the business of
matchmaking.
Matchmaking.
Not hookup.
Oh,
They've destroyed that word for us.
yes, it was supposed to be hookup, but now you see the word.
You can't say that.
Hook up is a whole different thing now.
Yes.
All right, so on the note of that, thank you so much. It's been a fun night. And if you have a partner with you, try our sex position of the week. Big shouts going out to the entire team, to my producer, to the crew. You guys are simply amazing. And also to in fact, again, let me rewind, to my producer and her husband. She said to me that they're having some steamy session tonight. And for the first time, she's going to try to change her one position that she's been doing. My name is Natalia. Connect with me on social media. Yes, I am Natalia. Good night.